Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents. And welcome to Marvel Monday. Today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series Amazon exclusive Wolverine 5-pack, which includes Kalista, Wolverine with no shirt, Mastermind or Jason Wyngarde, Omega Red, and Cyber. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, and don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. And as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. 4 and up, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole. Nice big window showing most of all of the figures. You see most of Kalista, all of Wolverine, most of Mastermind, and then you don't see from the knees down, at least on Cyber and Omega Red. Marvel Legends series, Wolverine, Hasbro. On the top, Wolverine. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, barcode, and symbols I'm not going to learn. On the side, let's see if I can... Marvel Legends series, Wolverine, Marvel Cyber, Marvel's Omega Red, Marvel's Kalista, and Jason Wyngarde. On the other side, same thing, except for Jason Wyngarde, it shows Mastermind. And are the Wolverines? Yes, the Wolverine heads, and I think the Omega Red heads are different portraits. Also, like Jason Wyngarde or Mastermind. So, and then on the back, attention! Don't stick things in your pie hole, or your French pie hole, that is. Hasbro, Marvel, small print, fine print, legalese print, recycled print, and some more don't stick things in your pie hole warning. Now, here is the back of the box with several comic panels, and this part with Wolverine cutting through it really reminds me of Wolverine Volume 2, number 50, I think it was, where it had a die-cut cover that Wolverine was ripping through like this, and then it had another cover in back of it with Wolverine, so that it looked like this. But it's not exactly like that. So, but just reminiscent enough of it that it reminded me of it. Maybe it reminds you of it too. I don't know. But my friends, I do believe that does it for a look at the packaging. And now let's take a look at the figures and their accessories now that I have them out of the package, which was not an easy feat, let me tell you. They did not want to come out of that clamshell or backing or whatever you want to call it, the plastic piece that contained them. They did not want to come out. And so let's get started, and we'll start on the front row, which is the main attractions of this set for me. And we'll go ahead and start with the Morlock leader Kalista. And let me get this other light on so we can have a better view. There we go. So, nice sculpt to the hair with a little bit of a wash in there. So, I like that. And this, you know, you look at this and you instantly know this is Kalista. Eye patch, scar across the eye, and just the overall badassery look to the figure. Nice paint on the face also. So very nice. And let's run through her articulation real quick. Up, down, wow. 360 degree full exorcist. 360 degrees at the shoulder. Almost 90 degrees at the shoulder, out. Rotation at the elbow. And about 90 degrees at the elbow. Cut here. Ab crunch down. Ab crunch back. And a little bit of tilt. And just a little bit of tilt at the head too. So not too bad. And then nothing at the waist, so she does have 360 at the ab crunch. The belt is a loose piece. Oh yes, this glove cuff is a separate piece also. And I forgot to show 360 degrees at the wrist and in and out, and in and out. And she has fists, and I'll show her other hands in just a minute. Kicks up that far, back that far. Cut at the upper thigh for 360 degrees, double jointed knee. Gives her that much range of motion. A cut. Well, I thought she had a cut at the boot. Does she have a cut at the boot? Apparently not. Yep. Either that or it's glued. Mine's stuck anyway. It won't move there, so I'm assuming it's not. Ankles go down that far. Go up that far. And forward facing pin for rocker. And then she does have two alternate grip hands. I'll change those out real quick. And those grip hands are for gripping this knife. Which looks like it might be some kind of switchblade. And then this knife, which is a butterfly knife. And she does hold them quite nicely. Right, there's Kalista. Next up is Wolverine. And this Wolverine is... I think the heads are new. And that's about it. I do like this head. Coming for you, bub. But this one is based, I think, on one of the late 80s covers where he's strapped up to a giant X in the outback. when the bad guys come to take their base back. Nice hairy paint. Maybe he should be having a little bit more. I don't know. Wolverine is a hairy little Canadian dude. So, but nice deco nonetheless. And let's check his articulation real quick. 360 full exorcist. He can look up that far. He can look down that far. 360 degrees at the shoulder. He also has a butterfly joint that will go back that far and forward that far. Arm comes out to about 90 degrees. Upper bicep cut for 360 degrees rotation. Double jointed elbow gives you that much. And rotation at the wrist all the way around and in and out. And also on this one, in and out. The claws, of course, as we've come to expect, are separate pieces. And unfortunately, sometimes they do get bent in the packaging. I keep saying I'm going to buy some of those metal claws, and I never do. Ab crunch. Back that far. Forward that far. Rotation at the waist all the way around. The belt is a separate piece. Kicks up that far. Back that far. Cut at the upper thigh for 360 degrees of rotation. Double jointed knee gives you that much. Then there is a cut on the shin for 360 degrees rotation. Ankles go down that far, up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. And his accessories were a I got the crap beat out of me face, and 2 hairy fists. Next up is Jason Wingard or Mastermind, depending on how you want to display him. As you can see, he is in his Hellfire Club getup. In fact, except for the head, I believe this is complete reuse of the Hellfire Club dudes from the PulseCon set. Anyway, nice color in there. Silver buttons. His little ascot-y thing. Very Mastermind looking face. Not an attractive dude. Shoe buckles. Sock. Anyway, let's talk about his articulation. 360 degree full exorcist. Because of the ascot, he only looks up that far, down that far. 360 degree rotation at the shoulder, and there's a soft ratchet in there. You can feel it, but you can't really hear it. As far as articulation at the shoulder, it goes out that far. Cut at the upper bicep for 360 degrees rotation. Double jointed elbow gives you that much. 360 degree rotation at the wrist, and an in and out hinge, and also in and out hinge on the other hand. There is an ab crunch up under all this but you can't really do a whole lot with it. That's mostly bent at the waist. So can't really do a whole lot with that ab crunch, but it is in there under this overlay. Legs. Forward that far. Back that far. Cut at the upper thigh for 360-degree rotation. Double jointed knee. Gives you that much. It's a cut here at the sock, I think. Yep. For 360 degrees rotation. Ankle goes down that far, goes up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. And of course he's going to fall down because I'm filming. And here is his Jason Wingard head. The look in which he seduced Jean Grey into becoming the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club. See if I can get him standing back up. Alright, there he's standing back up. And now we'll take a look at Cyber, which honestly I don't really remember this dude. I'm honestly, I don't. But he's mean looking. He's got robot looking arms, probably made of adamantium. And then a jumpsuit. Alright, let's look at his articulation. Full 360 exorcist. Look up that far, down that far. Full 360 at the shoulder. Gives you not quite 90 degrees. Upper bicep rotation. Maybe. There we go. We'll give you a full 360 degrees. A single jointed elbow gives you not quite 90 degrees. 360 degree wrist rotation and in and out joint. And also this hand has in and out joint. Ab crunch. Goes back that far. Forward that far. And 360 degrees waist rotation. You get that much range of motion up for the leg and not really much for the back. Upper thigh cut for 360 degrees of rotation. Double jointed knee gives you that much. Nothing on the shin. Ankles go down that far. And doggone it. They go up that far and forward facing pin for rocker. And finally, Omega Red. Cyber didn't have any extra accessories. So finally we get to Omega Red, and I don't know, he's a light colored red and white. So I don't know about this one. I mean, it looks nice, but I don't know. There's too much white going on there with him, I think. But that's just my opinion. But he does have nice paint apps here and there. Let's take a look at his articulation. His hair does get in the way, but if you mess with it a little bit, you can get that full exorcist going on. He can look up that high. Be careful of that ponytail. It feels kind of flimsy. He can look down pretty good. He does have 360 degrees rotation at the shoulder and butterfly for that much back and that much forward. I didn't realize this one had a butterfly joint. I didn't remember. Anyway. Rotation at the upper bicep, 360 degrees worth. A double jointed elbow gives you that much. And 360 degrees wrist rotation with a slight in and out hinge and same in and out hinge on the other arm. And as you can see right here, he has some holes in his arm for his cadmium, bindimali, whatever them cables are. Anyway, ab crunch, back that far, forward that far, rotation at the waist, full 360. Legs will kick up that high, back that far, upper thigh cut for 360 degrees of rotation. Double jointed knee gives you that much range. Nothing in the shin area. Ankles down that far, up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as his accessories go, he has these cables that come out of his arms. He has two short ones. And they just kind of supposed to just plug in there. I don't think that's in there all the way, but there it is. So he's got short ones and long ones, depending on what you want him doing. His harness, oh, I didn't realize that. He's got a hole there and a peg in his shoulder harness, or his harness that pegs into his shoulder to hold it in place. Awesome. And his other accessory, he has 4 cables and he has this extra head. So, there we go, my friends. That's a look at the figures and the accessories. And now it is time for comparisons, and I'm going to try to run through this really quick because this video is getting to be a long one. Now, first of all, let's take a look at Mohawk Storm and Kalista, and except for the paint and the heads, these are the exact same. Well, the hands are different too. But except for those few things, these figures are the same. So, why it took them so long to do Kalista based off of this, I don't know. Next up, let's take a look at Mastermind, and we'll compare him to Sebastian Shaw. And as you can see, same body types. The hands, well, the hands are the same too. Except for the colors and the heads. Same exact mold. I couldn't find anybody else comparable for Cyber to compare with, so I decided to compare him with Colossus, and other than maybe the arms, that's the only reuse from these two, but they are the same size. So there's that. And then here we go with Omega Red. This is the carded release of Omega Red. And as you can see, that head matches this head, just a repaint. I like the darker reds on this one, but I like the symbol being that silver color, so it really kind of stands out. And then as you see on this head, the jaw thingies stand out more on this one. And then here he is with the different head, and you can see this one is a brighter red, maybe more comic accurate, I don't know. This is the big difference for me, though. I like this better than this. So and then, you know, we've got, he has the Omega symbol on his hand guards, and the 5-pack one does not. So if you missed out on Omega Red the first time, this is not a bad figure. I just prefer the colors on the single release. And he is going to fall down. Of course he is. And maybe he'll stay there. All right, now let's take a look at Wolverine. I've got 2 Wolverines to compare him with. And of course, here's the re-released Wolverine that was in the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave, I think. I'm not swearing to that. But you can see from the waist down, from the belt down, exactly the same except for the colors. And of course, this one has gloves, painted on gloves, by the way, where this one doesn't. The claws are about the same color. And I want to say these are the same upper torsos also. But because of the paint differences, it's hard to tell. And I still think it's the same one, but it's definitely the same one as this. The Weapon X. From the, I don't remember, Build-A-Figure wave. Wendigo, maybe? Alright, now let's check them against the stuff I normally compare them with for other lines. But here's Walgreens exclusive Silver Centurion Iron Man and how he stacks up with these guys. Here is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And Star Wars, the Black Series Elite Squad Trooper. And that, my friends, covers comparisons. And for final thoughts on this set, it's a decent set. It's 99% reuse and repaints. And which that's fine, because for these figures that works. And for a lot of the Marvel Legends line, it works. You know, I really didn't care to get another copy of Omega Red. Cyber, I don't really know who he is, but these three in the front row, that to me is what this set is about. Because you kind of need the Mastermind Jason Wingard to go with your Hellfire Club. You need this Wolverine just for stuff, including, you know, if you do comic covers, you'd want this guy to redo that one where he's up on the X in the Outback. And of course, Kalista is a welcome addition to the X-Men. She can be, you know, leading Morlocks if we ever get any more besides Caliban. Or she could be hanging out with Excalibur, because she did that for a while too. Just not as part of the team. She was part of the Weird Happenings organization, I believe it was. I would have to go back and double check that. But anyways, yeah, she was in England for a while working with WHO, the Weird Happenings organization. And again, I don't know who Cyber is. Mastermind, Jason Wingard, everybody knows. I guess everybody knows. If you don't know, you know, he was the one back in the very beginning of the Dark Phoenix saga that was seducing Jean Grey with his mind games to become the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club. And of course, Omega Red was from the early 90s. Jim Lee, X-Men, I want to say it was X-Men number 5 was his first appearance with his tentacles, cords, cables, whatever. But anyway, all in all, it's a nice set. And again, like I said, if you missed Omega Red the first time out of the, I want to say he was the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. I think that's the wave he was in. But anyway, if you missed him, this is a nice chance to pick him up, even though he has those white boots. You know, it's not a complete deal breaker. At least the Omega symbol does stand out on his headband a little better. And like all the figures in this are nice. Again, they're mostly all reuse with very little new stuff. But that's the way it is. Reuse as much as you can, so you can give us as many characters as you can. That does it for the review. I thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have watched, which I hope is all of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every view that I receive. Thank you for supporting the channel. Comment below, like, share, subscribe to support the channel further and to watch further action figure reviews or reviews, because one time I did Jaded diecast cars. That's a wrap, folks, and I'll see you next time.